Let's start. Five, four, three, two, 1, 0. Let's start. Five, four, three, two, 1, 0. Let's start.
Okay, so good evening and welcome to the Nighttime Heat rated on Prime FM 105.5. We are streaming live rated on Prime FM Morovia 105.5. We are also streaming live on our Facebook and our YouTube channel. Just tap Nighttime Heat, and of course, you're going to watch the show online. The same as the YouTube channel. Tap Nighttime Heat just on your YouTube channel, and of course, you're going to watch the show online as well. What's up, George? Is my name, and of course, I have one of my panelists. The rest are on their way. I know Moses will shortly join us, but let me just acquaint you of what is coming up tonight. What will be pitching tonight? You know, tonight being the weekend edition of the program. First, we want to share the live video. Kindly share the live video so that your friends, your relatives, your loved ones, your partners can also follow what's happening tonight on the program. Well, we'll be conducting an interview with former Bombing County Representative Sandra Johnson. Sandra Johnson was one of those who really helped in the campaign of this administration. We understand he was appointed as liaison between the executive and the legislature. We don't know whether he's still occupying that position, but he just crossed over recently to the CMC, the CMC of Musa Hassan Bedede. We're going to talk with him on a couple of issues. And then later on, we'll look into the new international human rights report, the report that painted a rather gloomy picture of our education system. What is the report saying? We're going to look at the highlights of the report tonight and talk about that. What could be the difference between the Unity Party under former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf and the Unity Party under this current president? Do you see any variance? Do you see any difference? It's just still the same Unity Party. And of course, we'll be looking at this. We'll be discussing it based on a couple of areas. We'll be looking at the Unity Party of former President Sirleaf and the Unity Party of current President Boyka. We'll be looking at education, the issue of basic social services, the rule of law, government's communication. All of that we'll be looking at, and we'll be doing a discussion around that. And of course, tonight we're also going to do an analysis of a statement made by the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Augustine Pehi Gafuan. Today the women at the Ministry of Finance held a Mother Day program. They had a program marking Mother Day. This month marks Mother's Day across the globe, and so the women at the Ministry of Finance held that program, and they had the minister as the one who spoke to them, who was the keynote speaker. But a couple of things he said. We're going to look at some of the things the minister said to his women at the Ministry of Finance. Well, that's the shape of the program. Kindly share the live video. If you are following, share the live video. Just Don't just follow. We want you to share the live video so that your friends, your relatives, your loved ones, your partners can also follow what's happening tonight on the nighttime heat. Let me welcome David Benedictus Rasmus Namutawa. David, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Sabot, and good evening to everyone. Good evening to all our listeners out there and those who are viewing by online. It's good to be here always.
Okay, thank you, Dave. Let me also welcome Yusuf Sharif. Yusuf, welcome to the program.
Yeah, good afternoon, Super Joyce. How you guys are doing? I've been following from Nimba County. I will believe we have to go there and pay our respect to the family. Like I always, while we look forward to a very educated conversation today. And I want to say good evening to all of our panelists.
Okay, let me also welcome Moses quickly. Moses, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Sabat. It's good to be back, and let me say hi to all of my colleagues in studio. It's a pleasure being here, and our technical crew back there. I want to say hi to them. Thank you.
Okay, Moses. Thank you. Let's welcome George Kennedy. My namesake, George. Welcome.
Listeners and my colleagues in panelists, and also to our technician who is behind the scenes. Say thank you for giving us the opportunity to share our ideas. Thank you very much.
Okay, so let me also welcome Reverend Dr. Christopher Toh. He's the Secretary General of the Council of Churches. He's always our guest panelist. Reverend Toh, welcome. Reverend Dr. Toh, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Sabot, and it's a pleasure being with all of you. Is that Kennedy? Is it Kennedy in the studio? Yep. Brother Moses, Sandy, all of you, Daniel. It's a pleasure being with all of you. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Reverend Dr. Chris Toh. Well, we're supposed to have Mr. Sandra Johnson. Currently having a phone. I will call him on this. We're about to talk on this. To talk about a couple of things. Like we said, interview with him on this program, and also want to look at the international human rights report that painted a picture of our education system. What is that report saying? And we're also going to do an exercise tonight, trying to figure out whether there are differences or there's any difference between the Unity Party under former President Salif and the Unity Party under current President Boyka. We're going to talk about that. And like I said, the Minister of Finance, the women at the Ministry of Finance today held a Mother's Day program, and the minister spoke there. He said a couple of things. We're going to play that video and also do a discussion about that tonight. We are establishing contact with Mr. Sandra Johnson. Mr. Johnson is a former Bomi County senator. He also a member of the National Patriotic Party. But we understand now he has crossed over to the CMC. We don't know how true is that. He was appointed in this government as the one between the legislature and executive. I wouldn't know whether he's still occupying that position. So as soon as we get him, we're trying to establish contact with him. We sent him the link. He's finding it difficult to connect. So as soon as that happens, I will bring you the interview with former Bomi County Senator Sandra Johnson. I'm sure he's now on the line. Senator Johnson, welcome to the program.
Hello.
Welcome to the Nighttime Heat.
Thank you very much, Mr. George.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Well, we just we're around trying to play our role and do what is right.
That's fine. Okay, so Sabo alone will not do the interview with you. We'll have some panelists on the program as well. And let me just state their names so that maybe you've come across some of the names before. Mr. David Tagwe. David Tagwe being a long-time journalist. Mr. Moses Sandy, he's our diaspora panelist. He's also a journalist. Mr. George Kennedy, a journalist. We also have Mr. Yusuf Sharif. Yusuf is on the program as a panelist. And Reverend Tor also is on the program as a guest panelist. So hoping that the internet it's loading. I think he has I don't know where what's happening. His internet it's not connecting. Kindly shows that it connects, and then we can continue with the interview. That's the problem with but gentlemen, let me welcome all of you and ask just for a second or two what I've been throwing on your mind. David, let me begin with you.
Yeah, thank you, Sabo. I noticed that the Monrovia City Corporation is burdened. Is he online now? Okay, I observed that the Monrovia City Corporation is burdened in terms of its responsibility to ensure that the streets of Monrovia and the communities are kept clean. Burdened not necessarily because the man who is the city mayor doesn't know the work, but I guess the MCC is burdened because it still has inadequate logistics to do the work it is expected.
I think he's back.
Okay.
He's back.
I'm sorry, I got interrupted. When you're doing this call and other call comes in, you are interrupted. Well, I'm sorry. Bye.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so I just named the panelists on the program, so I'm sure they will have questions to ask you as well. But let me begin with you, former Bomi County Senator and a member of the National Patriotic Party. What is still a member? I don't know, but you were very instrumental in helping the current administration to campaign and come to power. You were named by the president to serve between he and the legislature. I don't know whether you still occupy those positions. But currently, tell us, what are you involved with?
Firstly, I want to greet all of your panelists. I know all of them, especially Mr. Moses Sandy. Mr. Moses Sandy covered us during my days in the 51st National Legislature when I was representative. And that was during the Taylor's regime. And so I remember him very well. He's a very fine gentleman. And my friend David, David used to be with 50-50, and I did with all of your panelists. So again, I'm happy that we can all come together again and start a new day. Well, to answer your question, currently we are involved with with some other small business activities. We are involved into farming activities, and we are doing quite well in those areas.
On the political scene specifically, where are you now? Are you still a member of the National Patriotic Party, or the CMC, or the Unity Party?
Well, in the first place, I have never ever joined Unity Party in my life. I do not have a soft heart for Unity Party. I suspended my membership of the National Patriotic Party, for which I was a founding member. And right now, I am politically involved and actively involved with the CMC. I joined the CMC sometimes in February this year in Bomi County. So yes, I've suspended my membership of the National Patriotic Party. I'm currently working to ensure that the CMC is well grounded, it's well structured, to meet up with the political future challenges. So yes, I'm doing business with the CMC right now, 100% correct.
Now, I want you to if I'm slipping off, just put me back on track. Were you part of those who campaigned for the presidency of the current president, Joseph Joyce Boyka?
Of course, we play a significant role in our process. They know that President Boyka has acknowledged that we didn't sit in the back. We campaigned with all of our best. We did what we had to do to ensure that Boyka won the Western region, especially Bomi. He won Bomi first and second round, and all of that happened because of our active involvement. Yes, he has acknowledged that. And yes, we did that for him, not for the Unity Party.
As a result of that, you were awarded or rewarded something to serve as a liaison between the president and the legislature. Are you still occupying that position?
Well, listen, I think that was what I could have accepted to do for the president, because I wanted to sit in the back. I wanted to see how the government was going to manage the affairs of the Liberian people. I have served before. I have served as member of the House of Representatives. I served as a senator for 9 years, and so I decided to wait a little bit. And so the president wanted me to assist him. So that is not a full-time job. That is not an official job. So I just decided to assist him in making sure that the legislature and the president work together, that they have a working relationship for the betterment of the country. And that is not a full-time job. And I think I can do that because I have other things.
President Boyka to the fullest.
Exactly.
Fine, and he became the president. Today he's the.
I work very high. Not only to say I work very high. I use my resources. I use my energy. I use my time.
So let me ask you. Let me ask you. Are you comfortable with the position that or whatever he has given to you, he has offered you? Are you comfortable with that, or you expected something more than that?
Well, I told you I didn't want to do a full-time job. I've just made that very clear to you, because I am a politician, and I wanted to sit back for a few years. I served as a representative. As a representative for 8 years, I served as a senator for 9 years. And so I wanted to take a rest.
But what is troubling, former senator, once a senator is always a senator.
I don't understand what is troubling.
Now I'm coming, sir. What is troubling? How possible that you can serve President Boka in that capacity. At the same time, you are serving Musa Belede, who is a rival.
You're getting it wrong. Musa Belede is not a government. I just told you they are all opposition people. Think who are serving the government as well. That's the beauty of democracy.
Okay, let me put a question this way.
No, I'm not going to waste my time on this. So
okay, yeah, no, I'm coming, sir. I'm coming. Okay.
You have to give me a chance.
Go ahead.
You said, I told you there are all the people who did not support Baka. They are working in the government. Aren't they Liberians? They are Liberians. I am a Liberian. So I supported him. I'm not a youth. If I was in the Unity Party, it's a different thing. I'm not a Unity Party man.
Okay.
To you.
Okay, now, granted. Yeah, granted.
Clarify that issue on the way. We can't waste our time on this.
No.
I told you there are all of them. Well, listen, you have to answer it by yourself. There are other people in other parties, especially a member of the CDC, that are working with the Black government. They are helping. And so what's wrong with me serving as a legend? That is not a full-time job, and it's not an official assignment. I made that clear. So if you have nothing else to say, if you just want to waste our time on this, then I'm sorry.
Okay, now let me ask you, because that has been in the news, that you brought in some investors, and fortunately for them, they were part of a bidding process. Unfortunately, they lost, and so you got somehow angry on grounds that you thought that your interest would have been protected. Is it a reason for which? Okay.
George, we are national people. When we come on the national platform, we should not personalize things. I made a statement.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want us to go back with those previous statements, then we're not achieving anything. I didn't say in the first place, let me correct you.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say I brought investors into Liberia. They went through the process and they lost a contract. I didn't say that.
Okay.
That is a misrepresentation of the fact. So you are not correct.
So put the facts clear now.
Correct. Then you asked me. I said I brought investors into the country. We did what we're supposed to do. They were qualified. They have the capacity to do what they wanted them to do. But for one reason or the other, we weren't given the green light to perform what we were told to do and what we did for them. For one reason, it's best known to themselves. And so my people left, and I felt bad about that. I didn't say because they didn't win a contract I got best. No. If you don't win a contract, you don't have to get taxed. It means I just didn't win. I explained that. I said I felt bad, I felt betrayed. However, we are moving on. If the government doesn't want to offer us contract, maybe because I'm in CMC, fine. That's what I said. That was my statement.
Okay, so where are the investors now? Did they leave the country?
They left Liberia. We have our office. We have Liberians employed. Our force, so we don't know most of them. But that is behind me now.
Okay.
If that institution, listen, if that institution that believe that they cannot do business, well, fine, no trouble. But the fact that we did what they wanted us to do, and they know that we are the best, and they know that we have the capacity to deliver, they know it. But if for one reason or the other, maybe it's political, maybe we'll go to CMC, fine. So I told them, okay, it's not about my investor left. That is not the end. That bro will still move on.
Okay.
So I'm done with that. Now I'm moving with something else.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, former Bumi County Senator, before I take...
I also said that most of the folks in the Unity Party are ungrateful and unappreciative. I said that. You listen to the national of the Unity Party calling us helping people who helped you, people who made you, who did what they could have done to get you to where you are. And you describe it in that form and manner. Do you expect me to do? It's a thing that, hey, you are very ungrateful. You didn't appreciate my effort. You didn't recognize what I did for you. And so you believe that this country is owned by Unity Party? No. Because and I stand by that.
Okay.
That they didn't show us gratitude, they didn't show us appreciation. Fine. So no problem, no fuss. Liberia is Liberia. We are all Liberians. If you are in power and people helped you, if you have nothing to offer, then tell them thank you. But you can't describe us in a form and manner, and somebody will expect me to say that don't talk about it. No, I wouldn't forgive you because I had that.
Okay. All right. So we'll now ask Mr. David Tabor to ask his question. Yeah.
There are a lot of folks out there who are not happy, but they are not able to speak out, and some of us are not speechless people. I mean, if I'm not happy, I will express it, and I did that in a very mature manner. I didn't insult them, I didn't attack them. I want to say, look, gentlemen, this country is not unity party country. But if you believe that it is unity party country, it's up to you. Because if some of us had not joined, had not made the sacrifice, had not worked hard, you would not have succeeded.
Okay.
You must appreciate that.
Okay. All right.
You can't tell me you shot us and then you expect me to be happy about that. Hell no, I will speak out.
All right, Mr. Johnson, let's ask David Tabor to now ask to pose a question to you.
Good evening, Senator Johnson. Okay, something. Thank you. Good evening, Senator Johnson.
Been there a long time.
Yeah, a long time now. I haven't seen you, and I'm happy to hear your voice. My question is: I heard you say you suspended your membership with the former National Patriotic Party. And so, former ruling National Patriotic Party, and now you are a member of the CMC.
I am a full-fledged member of the CMC, correct?
Okay, you are a full-fledged member of the CMC. Suspension, literal meanings of suspension will mean for the time being. Yeah.
I'm not the first to do that.
No. Let me land on my question, sir. Suspension meaning suspension. When you look at it, it tells you that it means for the time being, for some time. So that means that you had to stay at the NPP because anytime you can go back. Is that what you mean? Because you suspended it, you did not leave the CDC, the NPP, but you suspended your membership. How at the same time can you suspend your membership with the NPP, then at the same time become a full-fledged member of the CMC?
Okay, if you're having hard times understanding that,
yeah,
then let me break it down for you.
Okay, sir.
I have left the MPP. I am now with the CMC. Period.
Okay, so it's no more suspension. Is you have left totally.
Okay, yeah, so I'm breaking it down for you. Now maybe you're having hard times understanding it that way. Okay, so the fact that I joined the CMC, I signed the membership form, I pledged allegiance to the CMC, meaning that all other contract with the MPP is finished.
So that would suggest that the word suspension that you use is misapplied.
Yeah. For your understanding, I removed the word suspension because you're having a hard time in understanding it. So now I'm telling you straight to your face, since you're having a hard time in understanding what I said, I am a full-fledged member of the Citizen Movement for Change.
Okay, so this is my final question, sir. This is my final question.
And I'm there to stay, correct? Yeah.
Okay, this is my final question. Now you've gone to the CMC, and I know that your expectations are high. Why, if those expectations, do not become reality, will you remain there or move on?
The CMC is a newly organized political party. So I have joined the CMC to help make it viable, to help reach it to where it is supposed to be. That's why I joined as early as I could to help them in the process. So we are building a party that was established just about 1.5 years. So it means that I am there to work to help that party grow so that I remain there. So I didn't join when it was already everything was okay. No. So I'm there to work to make sure that the party achieve its goals. That's what I'm on.
Okay.
I'm putting spending more time over and over working and making sure that the CMC gets to where it's supposed to get. So I didn't join when everything was okay, when everything is versus no. So I joined them during the hard times because I want to be remembered.
Okay, that is understood.
Thank you.
That's understood.
Wait a minute. I want to be part of that history making. Now, I was one of those persons who helped to make the CMC.
Thank you, Senator Johnson. My name is George Kennedy. I cover you since former President Taylor when you were at the legislature. Yeah, so
all of you are decent guys.
yeah, so I in your explanation, you said that you had no soft spot for the Unity Party.
But I've been opposition to the Unity Party long since.
But
I will always remain in position.
But
so
you
that's
but
why they didn't join the party.
but you supported the Unity Party to power in.
I supported Mr. Barker at the time he was Kennedy running to become president of Liberia.
2023.
There were many reasons why I came in. There were many reasons why I did that. Because I worked with him in the Senate when he was head of the Liberian Senate. So I supported him. I did not join the Unity Party, and I can never join the Unity Party anyway.
Okay, so I understand. So, but you were able to bring the party to power, actually, through Mr. Barker, isn't it?
Well, exactly. Yeah,
Very good.
Yes.
So another question I would like to ask you is: the last time the NPP that you were a member of was in coalition with the CDC.
Chief, a founding member of.
Yeah. Okay, as a former founding member of the NPP, which I'm aware, that same NPP, former ruling party, formed a coalition with the former ruling CDC, and you were stayed there. So how do you reconcile?
Listen, Kevin.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I hope I'm cutting you off.
Go ahead.
When the NPP went into the coalition, I did not support that. And I was clear. The records are there.
Okay.
And so I left. So I think and it was when I suspended my membership. So let's go back to that. And I decided not. Because I believe that the NPP will not have gotten any benefit from the CDC. And my words came to, what I said, came to reality, it came to pass. So I left.
Finally, from my end. Finally, from my end, Senator. Personally, as a journalist, I'm getting report from Birmingham County that you want to contest. You are planning to contest for the senatorial seat come 2029. But probably you are not finding your way to get the kind of support, the kind of backing from the Unity Party. So you are now looking for this political space in your county. Can you please address that, sir? Yeah.
No, listen, you are correct. I will run in 2029. That's correct.
Yeah.
If I won't get, if I decided not to join the CMC, the Unity Party had no option but to support me. They would have done that. But I'm telling you, and maybe on one condition that they would have asked me to join their party, which I will not do. So I'm leaving. I'm leaving on my own. So if I were one greater person, I would say no, but the ruling party, the poor in power, they got everything, so let me stick with them. And they would not have said no. I want to be clear with you on that. If I had not joined CMC and remain as I was, in 2029, I go to the Unity Party, they would have never said no.
Do you really think, Senator,
I don't need Unity Party to win election in Bomi. Let me clear that now.
Okay, so do you really think, that's why I was coming, that without the Unity Party, you can beat incumbent Senator Edwin Snow?
In the first place, I defeated the Unity Party before.
I'm talking about Senator Snow. Yeah.
Of course, once the election are free, fair, and transparent, yes, I will be a formidable force in the Bomi election in 2029. Everybody knows that it's not a hidden secret.
So, I don't want it to be that. Let me send it to the other people. Probably they got some questions. Yeah.
Okay, so Senator, once a senator is always a senator. Let's ask Moses Sandy ask his question. Moses.
Thank you. Senator Johnson, is indeed a pleasure connecting with you virtually. Are you hearing me, Senator? Is the senator hearing me? Yeah, Senator, are you hearing me? Okay, he's sounding low. Okay, Senator, I just want to say it is indeed pleasing connecting with you. I want to ask you this question. You know, most critics of Liberian politicians say that politics in Liberia is not driven by political philosophy. It's not about what do I get for myself. Do you agree with that? Why? Senator, are you hearing me? Yeah, so my question is, why do you disagree?
Well, because I tell you this, if it was for self-interest, if it were for what I would get from the party, I would remain to where I was and would not have gone to CMC. Because there's a ruling party that I have to bring the power. So
okay, can you...
it's on the basis of principle. What you would
okay.
do,
okay, great.
You would do.
Okay. So tell us, can you tell us what is that political principle or philosophy that drove you to the CMC?
Well, I believe that the CMC has a platform that we are all trying to build. They talk about accountability, they talk about agriculture, they talk about the rule of law, they talk about the law for country, they talk about development. And I believe that I can help them reach where they want to reach. And so I believe that the party is there, is for everybody. So I have come to the CMC to be able to sit on the table with them and help build it. Help build that platform that we can use to convince the Liberian people to give us their power. So like I said, I won't be part of the history making. So I don't want to join you when you have won. I want to join you to help you win.
But do you strongly believe that Musa Belete is committed to the rule of law?
Musa Belete is very committed to the rule of law. He's very firm on that. Excuse me, if you be monitoring utterances of recent times in the House of Representatives, if I was the chairman for the rule of law caucus, he's very firm on that. Right now, he's calling for a comprehensive audit of the legislature or maybe the House of Representatives.
Okay.
These are things that Liberian people want.
Okay.
So, I mean, if anybody is pushing that, you are my friend. He said, let's audit us, you audit us. So that Liberian people will see who is who.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you very much. Let's ask Reverend Dr. Chris Toy if he has.
Okay, hello, Senator. Senator Johnson. Okay, thank you very much for expressing your political choice. I think it is up to you. It's your obligation to make the necessary choice that you think is best for you and also for the country. I don't have a question per se, but I want to ask you, I want to put this before you. How do you look at the political space, looking at the three words, betrayal, pretense, and arrogance? How do you see these words permeating in the political field in our country with the different political actors and that of the different political parties that even come at the ruling level? That's making Liberians to feel this very disappointed, nowadays. I use three words. I said betrayal, pretense, and arrogance.
Now, you We should not support arrogance. And the act of betrayal in any political setting is dangerous. It's dangerous. We should never go that way, and we should never pretend. That's what I told people. They will continue to pretend and continue to become arrogant and show an act of betrayal. That is not politics. That is not decency. You must be able to be mature. You must be able to be a loyal person and do not pretend. Good politics in democracy, yeah, people will say, well, let me pretend. No, but some of us who don't do that. That's the difference between some of the politicians and us. In the CMC, we will not pretend. We are not arrogant, and we don't believe in the act of betrayal. When the people who betray people are people who are not serious mannered. Because if you betray me and went to Moses Sally should understand that you betray him too. So these people who have this kind of attitudes in them should be named and shamed and kicked out of the space, out of the political space of Nigeria. They are the ones causing problem for us, the older guys and the younger generation. We have to be patriotic.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Thank you. Let's ask Yusuf Sharif to ask this question.
Good afternoon. Yeah, so given all the various circumstances you are giving about the Unity Party, I got one question, I think two questions. The first one has to do with a political tactician like you who won to be senator before in Bomi County. When you are supporting the Unity Party during the 2023 elections, did the Unity Party make any promise to you in terms of maybe serving in position, or what could be your political benefit? Because we know politics as a whole, at the end of the day, you must get something in return. That is one. Question number one. You can.
Okay. What people normally say, and I want to believe that politics is associated with interest. Everybody can pass interest. If I support you, I support you for several interests. One, development. One, moving the country forward. One, because it's interest. What do you do for my people that supported you? So all the things will come to play when you are supporting people. The United Party people and I did not sit to reach any agreement. I was appointed on the National Campaign Committee by President Joseph Makala by Unity Party. So I went to the rescue. That's why we have the rescue team, different from the Unity Party. And they know that. So we did not work under the umbrella of the Unity Party. Mr. Baka set up what they call a rescue mission, a rescue team that was held, chaired by Senator Yomblin Lawrence Kanga, who is not a partisan of the Unity Party. So we did not go under the umbrella of the Unity Party to make any negotiation to even discuss about the campaign. We did it directly with President Baka and the rescue mission, or the rescue team.
So my last question, very quickly. My last question. So the way you are being treated, who do you hold responsible? The Unity Party or the president?
Say that again.
My last question: the way you are being treated, but who can we hold responsible? The Unity Party or the president?
No, it's not only me. I'm not only speaking for Samuel Johnson. There are others who are leaving. There are others who are dissatisfied because the Unity Party believe that this thing is only for them, and which is wrong. They believe that if you are not a Unity Party person, you should not be given the leverage or the opportunity to do what you're supposed to do. And they must bear in mind that they alone could not have defeated President George Weah. So others are afraid to speak, but I will speak up that it's wrong. People have you, that's for you to help them. I've brought people on board, young people who sacrifice their time and lives. I don't sacrifice their lives on the line for Unity Party. At the end of the day, they were not even looked at. Nothing was done for them. We advocate them, we spoke, nobody listened. And so we are now turning those burden on our hair unnecessarily. And so you expect me to go back and support them? Hell no. you succeed and preach a person you never party never call us or even tell us thank you. So that was the beginning of being ungrateful to us.
Okay.
We demonstrated that.
All right.
And the reason for supporting the rescue mission, most of them are deviating from it now. Most of them have grown racing under their arms. Most of them have forgotten where we came from and what were those promises made to the Liberian people. And so you expect me to be quiet on this? No.
Okay, so Mr. Johnson shortly will be taking leave of you because it's almost 9 o'clock. Yes, Moses, you got a question?
I beg you, yeah, just a second. I just want to ask the senator this question. I see the senator is laying a lot of emphasis on ungratefulness. The UP is ungrateful. The folks in the UP, they are ungrateful. So my question to the senator is President Joseph Yuma Boakai an ingrate?
Well, no. Personally, between President Boakai and I, he has not shown that to me. I mean, I told you, I acknowledged what I did for him. And he said, yes, that's what, he calls me, that's what is my in-law. He said, look, I appreciate you. We know what you did for us. But that's just 1%. That's just 1%. Mr. Boakai will not do everything. That's why the Constitution allows him to bring in people to assist him. Because he alone will not.
But Senator, we're talking about the president of the country.
No one wants to assist him as the one pulling the say in their own career and trying to destroy their legacy. And funny way, if they continue in this manner, for them to win election will be very hard. Very, very hard.
Okay. Yes. All right. So, Senator, like I said, very shortly we'll be taking leave of you. But let me ask this question quickly. You started, some of the reasons for going to the CMC. You said they have good, political intentions. You talk about some of the things in the manifesto of the CMC, but if you looked at the agenda, the development agenda of the Unity Party, you find it similar there. Don't you think this time around you are not realistic, for leaving the Unity Party or not associating with the Unity Party and joining the CMC? Don't you think you are not being realistic?
I'm being very realistic. I'm being very honest. So far, you cover me for many, many, many years. I don't betray people. I don't betray institutions. You were here. I can remember. If Moses Sani can still remember, along with Alfonso Zio. When Alfonso Zio was the head of Nature's Pool about 1997. My own government.
Yes, Senator, we still remember.
I don't have issue. I criticize the Taylor-led government that I brought to power. In fact, that year, I was honored as representative of the year because of my position I took. That was my own government. I criticized it to the highest level whenever they went wrong or whenever things went wrong. So you expect me that a government that I have to bring into power, you think when they do wrong, I will criticize them. I wouldn't insult anybody.
Okay, now for you to be realistic.
I won't go to it. I want the reason why there is this mass people are leaving the Unity Party or those that supported them, they are leaving them in the numbers one. Most of them have forgotten that the rescue mission, they have an agenda. We did not come here to personalize things. We said we're moving George Weah because we believe at the time, we said George Weah did not manage our resources properly. Our resources were directed, they were being used for people on personal level. We said this, we said that. So if we remove George Weah and came to power, we should not repeat those same things. When you add them, they say, but in the honorable daily, so if the honorable daily, then you should do it. No.
Okay.
You came to change. You came to rescue. You did not come to rescue you and your family. You did not come to rescue your pockets. You came to rescue the Liberian people. So if Mr. Barker appointed you to a position of trust, you must act as a goodwill ambassador on his behalf. Because when you misbehave, and it's the leader that will take the blame. They say whatever the unit does, the commander takes responsibility. And by the end of 2029, most of these people who are running today are being very sycophantic and telling the president everything all that would be the same. They say we used to advise him. We not to know that they did not advise him, rather misled him or trying to mislead him.
Okay, so finally, before we take leave of you, it's almost 9 o'clock. Senator, now I was talking about you being realistic. Now, don't you? Yes, you say you are realistic now, but don't you think to make your, to be more realistic? Don't you think it is advisable to give up the compensation that you are getting, since that you are now a full-fledged member of the CMC?
Listen, someone, Josh, like I said, you are having hard times. Well, maybe if you want the job, I can ask the president.
That's an interesting
I just told you, Timon Kase in the great United States, all of developing countries, and it's not about you will not take all. You talk about reconciliation. You're talking about bringing people on board. There are people who do not want to see Joseph Walker. They are here, but them can be getting more than I. We still, I'm not complaining because they are Liberians. So if my joining CMC means I should not work in the government, if they say today, if the president calls me and say, okay, because you have gone to CMC, I don't want you to serve in a position, I will accept it. I will tell you, thank you, and I will not insult him because of that. No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Wait a minute. I am a Liberian. I have a right to work for my country. I supported this government. And at the least I could have taken, because I said I do not want a full-time job. I said that to the president. I was one of the first persons the president called in his house and asked me, Mr. Johnson, the campaign is over. What do you want? And I told Mr. President, I was not ready to work. That's what I said. Okay. Mr. Baga showed me gratitude compared to the others.
Okay, so finally.
One person.
Finally.
I will never say, wait. So, but don't say finally. I'm just one person, but what about the other people? So I have a right to work while I am in the CMC. Joining the CMC is not a crime. I am a Liberian. The CMC is a political party operating under the laws of Liberia. And so not because I'm going to CMC, even if I was minister, deputy minister, managing director, commissioner, board member, I was still going to join the CMC anyway.
Okay, so finally, how much do you think is that little compensation that they're giving you?
No, but why would I come and tell you? Listen. I think you won this job.
But Senator, before you go, let me ask you this question, please, someone.
No, he's gone. He's gone, Moses.
Okay. Yes. Senator, are you there?
Simon, hello.
Yes, Senator.
No, Senator, he's giving a parting comment, please.
Oh, okay.
Ask me today and give me different assignment. I will still not resign from the CMC. I will still remain with the CMC. I did not join the CMC on ground that if they give me another position, I will leave. I will not leave.
Okay.
In fact, I was in the service when I was serving in that position when I joined CMC. So it tells you that I'm not greedy. It tells you that I'm not anxious for anything.
Surely.
I am poor. I do not have money, but I can feed myself. I can take care of myself. I'm not suffering. My children are in school. I have a farm. I don't even have. I have farms that I can survive on. So I'm not there because of the money. No. Even if President Baga said, come and work for popular work, said on you. So I'm okay. I'm not rich, but I'm okay. I'm better off.
All right. So time has cut off for us. Thank you, Senator Sando Dazo Johnson. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you, and you are welcome anytime. So again, let me just say, we are in the CMC to stay. We are in the CMC to build the capacity of that party. Our stand-up has all of the training, all of the qualification, all of the understanding to lead this country. So
Okay.
we are into it to provide leadership. We are not into it. We are not a joking party. People are trying to underestimate us and overlook our watching see. You will see what will happen. The CMC is prepared. We have men and women who will defend us. I mean, we defend our party. We defend our leader. And we are going into this election to win. We are not going there on a losing battle.
Thank you. We really appreciate your time.
Good, George.
Okay, so gentlemen, let's do our takeaway quickly, and let's hear from you, Tawa.
Well, I just noticed few contradictions. And the contradictions are, I heard the senator say he did not support the Unity Party, but he supported the campaign because of President Bouaka. Who is the face of the Unity Party? It's President Bouaka. All campaign activities of the Unity Party, I saw the presence of the former Senator Obama Kante, because I covered the entire campaign activities of all the political parties. The other thing is that the UP did not call me to appreciate me for the efforts and the resources we use. But the president of the standard bearer of the Unity Party called me and expressed gratitude. These are some of a few contradictions I've noticed. And finally, Saba.
Yeah.
When you ask him what drove you or what took you to the CDC, yes, the CMC, he said because the CMC believe in the rule of law and the provision of basic social services, accountability. But these are the same campaign languages we've heard from all the political parties. So I noticed that he's not genuine in terms of the reasons he said that have driven him to the CMC.
Okay. Josh, let's hear you.
Thank you. I wouldn't want to go down to fight Senator Johnson, former Senator Johnson. But I think really the main thing I'm gathering from this thing is he's trying to look for the political umbrella in Bomi County. The election is going to be tense. They got strong candidates there for 2029, and he admitted that he's going to contest. So probably the way through is a bit tough. But from what he said and everything, the respect President Bouaka has given everything, anything 2029 is still a second round, he's still going to go back to the same place to support.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Moses, let's hear from you.
Yeah.
Well, I think from my end, I think it was indeed a very good interview. And one thing that really stood out for me is the consistency. The consistency from people who supported the rescue mission, who supported the Unity Party. These people feel let down. The quote-unquote ungratefulness from the UP. These people feel that folks in the UP believe that they have arrived. They feel that they were used. And after using them, they have dished them. They have thrown them away. And that is where the hurt is. You listen to others, besides the senator, there are several other people who have made a similar statement. You heard Thomas Farah. He said, put your wings down. When you're driving, lower your window. I think the UP folks need to get to the drawing table. These are all strong criticisms, but they need to take a closer look at themselves in terms of what they are doing. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Let's hear from you, Reverend Dr. Chris Stoll. Your takeaway.
Okay. Thank you very much, Saba. I raised those three words for the reason. And if you look at the political space in our country, there are a lot of Moses just made reference to it, and that brings about a lot of disappointment and frustration in the civil space, in the political space. When people feel betrayed, when people use pretense as a means of alignment, and then in the end tomorrow they receive the power and they become arrogant, and they feel that they have arrived, and they're only waiting for 2028 to 2029 to come back to the people with something to dish up. I think that kind of attitude in our political space is not good for any kind of good governance, and that I think has been some of the reason why we are where we are today for the number of years as old as we are as a country. And this if you look at the whole thing, the whole scenario, or CMC, where CMC comes from today, it comes from another political end. Where the other political parties are coming from, they are growing up on different political parties. And so this whole issue in our country, we should be able to build political structures that we can be able to look up to, as people can be able to look up to them and say, this is an ideal. This is an idea I think we can be able to follow for this season. This is the idea we can be able to follow. But everybody just saying everybody will come and they want to run a campaign on the same thing: issue of accountability, issue of justice, or make sure people will account for the crime, will fight against corruption. That's a simple thing everybody's saying. And so it is. I wish him well as he transition to the CMC. But the fact of the matter is that if we continue in the act of betrayal, pretense, and arrogance, we're not going anywhere. This political space just going to be a repetition, and people are going to be more frustrated. Because right now, I'm talking to a lot of people, and some of them are even saying 2029 they're not going to hurt their head to go and vote. So these are things you even try to see the voter appetite dropping. So these are things that are very critical for our democratic space.
Thank you, Reverend Dr. Chris Cho. Let's hear from you, Yusuf. Your takeaway.
I think what is happening is that the Unity Party, I think they are not treating their political ally very fair as we speak. I believe there are some crack within. I think you saw the other day with the foreign minister and that of Mandela Cooper. And we believe if they continue to act like they politically, it will not be good for them. Automatically, the Unity Party must understand it was not on their own they won the elections. Even the CDC, when they were in power, they did the same thing. I think they got to double all their games to see how best they can reach out to some of the political allies. Because what I see is arrogance. What I see is betrayal. While it is true that we all want to see the country move forward, it is very, very important that we also look at other people, professional people who got the idea and the technical know-how to serve the country. You give them an opportunity, keep pushing other people out of the back and keep presenting your Unity Party people. And if that was the conversation, you'll not be looking for a political alliance. You will say that only Unity Party go to the process and win. But the Unity Party need to double that again. I think that is my takeaway on this.
All right. Yes,
so, well, let me make the interjection.
Yeah. So the truth is, I want that to really come in, because let's face the reality. It is true there are challenges in the system, but there is no political party that joined the alliance that can say they don't have stake in this regime. Okay, there are certain individuals that may not be fighter the way they want to be fighter, or they are fighter, as Senator Johnson, former Senator Johnson said he's fighter, but the people behind him, the whole thing is a national crisis. But no party can say that, oh, they were part of that rescue mission that say they are not fighter. The foreign minister, the Mandela, everyone, they are from opposition, but they are standard bearers of political parties. You can see clear, but lots more needs to be done.
Okay. Let me just make the brief interjection. Look, that thing is a perennial problem. For example, This is not unique to the Unity Party. No government in the country that came to, no political party in the country that came to power without people complaining that they've been marginalized. You saw the last time other parties walk out of the CDC coalition. It seemed the same dissatisfaction. So this thing cannot be blamed on one political party. We've heard these cries from long time. And as somebody said, we just need to change our way of doing things and improve the political atmosphere. But it's not a one-party problem.
So this is where this whole issue of moral equivalence comes in. You know, because it happened in the last administration, or administration before the last, so it should happen in the rescue administration.
And I disagree with that. Frankly, I don't like this moral
because that was trying to peddle you.
We just underscore the point. Maybe some of those political parties can call and say, okay, all those parties that form the rescue mission, let somebody call and say their leader or some of their officials are now well seated in this administration. There are issues like people like former Senator Johnson, individuals. There are issues like some people in government, even who are not members of the United Party, but from other parties, that some of them, this wing issue we're talking about, people don't want to open up this, that. Some of those people are not partisans of the United, but they are part of the rescue mission. Now, and everybody needs to open up to the society so the society can benefit. The government for everybody.
I agree with you. Now,
so I just wanted to say something quickly. Look, I agree with what my colleagues are saying. One of the foremost problems we have in Liberia is the lack of opportunities. The government is the biggest employer. All the people you see dancing around political parties, the objective is simple: get a job, be able to earn money. But if you had a country where the private sector is really thriving, most people will not pay attention to things.
Sure.
Everybody craving for the little thing. Right now, if you say you have a vacancy at the Ministry of Information, you give us the list of qualified people. You will get over 100 persons just for one deputy minister position.
You're quite correct.
So then what do? You get rid of one person, you say, oh, that person study like that. Oh man, but what you expect that peer friend? And so that's the kind of problem we have in our country. And we have limited opportunities. In this country where I reside, this country is thriving because we have a vibrant private sector. Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Moses. Shortly we'll transition, but I think my takeaway from Sando Johnson's interview that we granted him this evening. Sando Johnson had crossed over finally to the CMC.
Yeah.
Asking the question on whether he was realistic and honest. And he emphasized, yes, I'm realistic, I'm honest. But he doesn't seem to be honest. He doesn't seem to be realistic. If I know that I've crossed over for good to another political party, I'm going to champion the cause of that party. Let me do away with all of my connections that I had with the previous party. But he's still taking the compensation that President Boakai is giving him to serve as his No, I mean, no. That's not an issue.
That's what the message want you work.
The point is, you crossed over already. He's not a member of. How can you be castigating something and you still want to eat from the thing? So, gentlemen, today, the Minister of Finance, the women they held a Mother's Day program. They were well colorful and tired. I saw that on online, and they had their minister to speak to them. Let's try to listen to what Augustine Pehi Gafuan said to his women, and then we can have a discussion around that.
As you can see, we are celebrating our saint today, so we are celebrating ourselves. As you can see, we are celebrating our saint today, so we are celebrating ourselves. And for next time, we are to one of our most, because our presence here our family.
Well, this is the day the Lord has made, and I'm very glad, and I can't stop being grateful to the Almighty God, the author and finisher of our faith, to see you, beautiful women, elegant women, women of values and virtue, women of substance. And that means start by lifting profuse thanks to our keynote speaker, my own sister, Lema Bowie. She's an inspiration, not only to this country, but to the entire world. She's a citizen of Liberia, citizen of Africa, and a citizen of the world. Where did she come from? Humble beginnings. Struggle, as many of you have struggled or are struggling. Went to B.W. Harris right here. She's a Nobel Peace Prize winner for 20 doctorate degrees. Celebrated across the world. She's an author and a thinker. And she and I, we crossed some paths. You know, some of you know that I do poetry. In 2011, I sponsored a poetry competition, and we're giving prizes at City Hall. And she was one of the persons that I called to give some of the prizes. At that time, I released one of my pieces that she likes a whole lot, called Wild Cocoa, The Crown Coconut Commits. And I too follow her pieces and get inspired by them. And she just distributed one of them called The Little Book on Mother's Prayer. Here's the book. And I like her little books, but sometimes when it's bulky, people get scared to read. So sometimes I put these things, you know, with me. In difficult moments, I read and get inspired by things and by these thoughts. A book on Mother's Prayer. And I can testify about the strength of Mother's Prayer. Because in my humble life, I've gone through the valley and shadow of death. I've gone through places. I've gotten opportunities because of the power of the bended knee of a mother. Everything that's come my way, the dangers that I've escaped in this dog-eat-dog world, in sometimes the concrete jungle that we call government, thanks to Mother's Prayer. And my mother and many other mothers here, and the single mothers who have transitioned to glory, who, because of them and their efforts, some of you are here. We recognize them. All of them that are in the bosom of Abraham, we say thank you to them for grooming you to come and help your country. Many times, my mother would call me to ask whether I've prayed. And, you know, the only thing I don't like, and I will always argue, is the length of the prayer. It's the length of the prayer. I will always argue. She loves to pray long prayer. And I always say to her, you know, we gotta be short. We gotta be to the point. Because God has too many other questions to deal with. But that's the question that checkmates me. And I have other mothers in my life, my wife, my daughters, professional colleagues. But I know my story is the story of many other persons. The mother's love is genuine. It's not fake. Not fake. When you are being inundated with pretenses and you want to see things real, interact with your mother. The country is advancing in a lot of ways in spite of our challenges. And let me talk about, you know, the unsung heroes. And I mean this public manner, say that in this ministry we have a lot of unsung heroes. And many of them are mothers. They are contributing in their way. And you know, the World Peace Competition, this is a place where people come from different backgrounds, different religions, different political parties, different tribes, different countries. There's a melting pot. And we are all signed up for the noble journey of working to make our country better. That's the thing that unites us. And I have some images in my mind's eyes. You know, this big thing called the budget, you know, everybody talks about. And to know in critical hours, you know, they say you know generals when bullets are flying. You can go to war college and learn war.
Okay, all right. That's the Minister of Finance and Development Planning speaking today at a program organized by the Women working at the Ministry of Finance, marking Mother's Day. You listen to him there. You know, reflected on the life of Luna Bowie, the reference to her. Paid special tribute. It also spoke about, you know, mothers, how their love is not fake, and a lot. You know, he talked about concerning mothers. Just in a minute or two, let's get your takeaway.
Yeah, my takeaway is, you know, when I was there, something about the same political songs, you know, from time to time. My guy from Bene, my Joey Bene. The only thing that I didn't notice is I didn't see a lot of blue and red berets or the green, you know, the party.
But the people are in the ministry. They want to go. They want to go. Party t-shirt.
I didn't see some of the party t-shirt that we used to see way back when some parties have programs, some government have programs. But the thing is that look. like that one, I don't like long prayers. I like short prayers. And you know, I also come from a woman's background, many sisters and daughters, and their love, the love they show, the love women show, and I can say the girl child or woman show, it can be overwhelming. It can be overwhelming. So I mean, his little talk about Lema Bowie, it was an inspiration for other women who sat there.
Surely.
Or achievements. I mean, the laurel she won, the role she played, not necessarily in Liberia alone, but in Africa, the entire world. I think, the achievements of Lehman Bowie, Gafwan used those achievements of Lehman Bowie to inspire the other women who were in Liberia.
Okay.
That's
All right. Yes, Josh.
Yes, I think the minister and Madame Bowie gets along. I mean, the both of them get along so good because of their professional connection. Both of them are poets, and I enjoy the gathering.
You see the poets?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they both of them connect, and I love the gathering, and I love the way he paid tributes to the women because the day I lost my mother, the vacuum that was created, I mean, it's very, very difficult
To fill.
to fill. So if you see someone say, "Oh, mother love," he said it's irreplaceable. It's true. He's blessed. He still has his mother around who can say, "Oh, let's kneel down, let's pray." And, like him, I don't also like long prayer.
Long prayers.
I believe that God is busy, too busy. My message should be
How do you know that God
short
is busy?
because when I look around, I look at the heaven and the earth and look at all the living things that are moving. God gave them a life.
Everybody playing.
God has to make sure that the plants grow. God has to make sure all of those things happen.
God
So
is-
that
God is
little
never
time
too
taking
busy
with God.
to hear you. Even if you pray 10 minutes prayer or 20 minutes or 30 minutes, he's never too busy.
So
All right, let's
if
go.
I take 30 minutes to pray here,
disagree.
just need that. Yeah, so take 10 minutes or that 30 minutes.
Yeah,
to
no, I'll disagree.
go hustle for
Judge,
$20.
Judge, someone's a deacon there.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, I
Thank you.
can
No,
see
I'm
the
not a
pictures.
deacon. I'm not a
Yeah.
deacon.
Yeah, wife.
I'm an
Yeah,
elder.
deacon,
Most of us hear you. Most of us hear you. My wife is a deaconess. Most of us hear you.
Yeah. The minister spoke well. And we all know the importance of Mother's Day, Father's Day. So let me say thank you to the minister for underscoring the important role of women in our society. However, this would be my criticism. I'm hearing noise in the background.
We're getting feedback from one of you.
Yeah. So that is my criticism. Maybe because I've been out of Liberia for many years. In structured environment, workplaces, events such as Mother Days are not held there. Everything has to be about work. When you go to work, it's about work. You don't go and tell the people, say, Lord, have Father's Day, and no, it is unacceptable. You don't go to workplaces and say, let's have a fast and prayer service. Let's have, how you call it, assembly. I mean, not assembly, where people come together and just pray. No, you don't do that because there are other people in your work environment that are atheists, people who do not believe in God. And you don't want to hurt the feeling of other people. That's why in professional environment, people are very careful when they gather, certain things they don't do. So it was wrong for staff of the Ministry of Finance to celebrate Mother's Day at that ministry. It is a public entity primarily used for government functions. Yes, it is true that they wanted to celebrate Mother's Day, they would have rented a hall at a local hotel, but not at the Ministry of Finance.
Let me hold you there. I think I'll differ with you on that. But let's hear from Reverend Christo first, and then I can come in and ask her to speak. Reverend To?
Yeah, thank you very much, Sabot. And I listened to the master ceremony before she transitioned to the minister. It's interesting. The political space is getting interesting. And as I'm listening to him, there are key words I'm getting out from him. Humble beginnings. He reflected the whole ideology of humble beginnings. And that is very important, that when you have humble beginnings, it helps you, propels you, and lifts you up. And he mentioned the role that mothers play in the whole line of humble beginnings. That is, mother had a bending knee, and mothers are always praying. That's a good reflection of women. And Lima, he tried to connect Lima as a person of humble beginnings who are raising from nowhere to somewhere, and that is important. Who is she? She's a Liberian. Who she comes from here, but today she's a star. She's a recognition of Liberia. That is to say, women look at you, have some worth. You are valuable also. You are people of substance. You are people of value. On the other side of it, it's just for us to be careful, because if we are not careful, we shift the whole narrative, and then we'll not be able to control it, like Moses is saying. That's the fact. That's a part of the criticism. It's not that it is bad to recognize women. Women must be recognized, but the environment, it counts. It counts very well. And if the church even go and do insist on that, even the church go and honor government officials, the church are blasted, and they talk all kinds of things against the church. The church is honoring corrupt people and other things like that. So if the government agency will start holding Mother Day, Father Day, and other things like that, and Children's Day, we will start having some problem. So they should be able to look at it. They are also people within their own confinement, because the men could come up together tomorrow and say they want to honor fathers. They want to recognize fathers. The youth will come up from the various ministry and agency, and they say they want to recognize the youth day and other things like that. So we'll be starting something that we'll not be able to control. So okay, that's my own takeaway.
Thank you. Yusuf, let's hear you.
I think to celebrate Mother Day is not a bad thing, but I think it would be appropriate if they can do it at the minister house. The government institution is a government institution. I think the Minister of Finance got a lot of things on his desk as we speak. There are a lot of salary issues across the country as we speak. There are other issues, So I think celebrating Mother Day was best. They could do it to Gafan resident or other places, but the Minister of Finance, I don't think it was necessary.
Okay, thank you. Well, I think my takeaway.
I'll tell you what I like. Let me say something about that.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I agreed 100% with Moses. The fact of the matter is that, look, there's so many halls to be rented to have such programs like that. The Ministry of Finance doesn't have a chapel. It is a bad precedence. Tomorrow, another ministry will host similar program.
Okay, I think you're saying exactly that.
Yeah.
So, let's not sound repetitional. Okay, now, so I think, my takeaway. There's absolutely nothing wrong I see with women gathering in the ministry to celebrate themselves. this is the period for that. And Moses cannot compare the U.S., with that of Liberia.
The
What was
venue,
here.
the
I'm
venue.
coming. Come here, you said something. The women work at the ministry. They decided to honor themselves, and ask the minister to come and speak to them. Absolutely, there's nothing wrong. It doesn't affect the job that they should have done that day. No, I'm sure it was well planned so that it does not interrupt with whatever office job they have. In fact, if you watch the video, if you watch the video, I know you're different with me. If you watch the video, you see the women were attired, they were uniform. It was a joyous time for them. Those sort of events bring to the ministry that camaraderie, that togetherness, that joy. So there's absolutely nothing wrong. Why should they carry to a hall? Why? When they have a big conference room that they all could gather and they celebrate themselves. So there's absolutely nothing wrong.
How many hours government employees have to work in the day?
Uh-huh.
How many hours government employees? How many hours do you have to work in the day?
8 hours.
So what?
8 hours.
You got 8 hours.
Yeah,
You work in the day. When you have a program, you have a program for over 2 hours.
No.
So what is that? So in terms of the human, the 8 hour, how do you count that?
They have 8 hours, but if granted they have 8 hours, if they plan a program for even an hour, it doesn't affect the job that they want to do. Absolutely not. When I was, and in fact, Moses spoke about how in the workplace you don't have a garden where people go to pray. No, yes, indeed, you do have. When we were at LBS at the time, the women there had every Friday they had a prayer gathering. All of that helps to keep the sanctity of the institution. Apparently, it's not ongoing. That the reason why you see deputies fighting each other at LBS today. But when we were there, in fact, at some point in time, we attended the prayer service. We were not holding the prayer service. Mostly you had time. You had your time. We had my time. We didn't organize the prayer service as managers. It was organized by the women there. But we attended it all of the time. In fact, every Friday we'll take a few time to go to attend the prayer service. Those sort of events, like I said, they help to keep the sanctity of the institute. So if the women at the Ministry of Finance met today to say, look, let's celebrate ourselves. Let's celebrate. Let's try to call our minister to talk to us, to encourage us, and which he did. But
let me add on.
Thank you.
You know, the 8 hours, the workers have 1 hour as lunch.
Thank you.
That 8 hours. So let me say, management, the right management, they say, look, we want to have this program internally. We don't want to go out of the premises of the entity because we may not be able to come back to work if we leave.
Mm-hmm.
So kindly assist us with 1 more hour. Then we add it to our 1 hour lunch time, 2 hours to have our program.
What is wrong with that?
I don't think
it doesn't really affect the job. It doesn't interfere with the job.
So we have to look at it from a very balanced point of
view. Look, we should learn. We should learn to. We should learn. No, Moses, the
issue I have is an international day celebration. Having other events like a prayer, special prayer, or the women coming together to
All right, so we want to welcome you back to the program. Can you share the live video? Alice, well, that's the situation we find ourselves in. But we are back. That's the nighttime heat, rated on Prime FM 105.5. We are also streaming live on our Facebook and our YouTube channel. We have this topic we want to treat today. But it seems we may not. But let's just begin with it. I'm sure we'll continue with this topic on Monday. Gentlemen, we know that the 12 years the Unity Party served and ran this country was under former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. After 6 years break, the Unity Party has returned, this time around under the guardians and leadership of Joseph Human Boakai, ambassador. Gentlemen, I want us to look at the Unity Party today and the Unity Party of yesterday. And a couple of areas that we do have, we may not complete it, but let's begin with the discussion. And I want us to be very honest.
So we are not being honest?
No.
What mention? What will you
No, I'm not saying you guys are not being honest. The panelists have been honest. I want us to be honest with what we're about to talk about. Now, let's begin with leadership. Under former president or during former President Sirleaf's term and the term of Joseph Human Boakai today, leading the country as a political institution, as a government, the Unity Party. David, let's begin with you.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of leadership, the two Unity Party, the two separate governments of the Unity Party, they perfect almost that leadership is their area. For example, Madam Sirleaf. Madam Sirleaf came to power even at one of the worst times, inheriting a spoiled state, a state that had just emerged from war. And by all means, she did all what she could do and mend fences and pick out the broken pieces. And we got back on the usual trajectory, bringing Liberians together and even creating opportunities for young people to advance themselves academically.
You make a reference to Madam Sirleaf, right?
Madam Sirleaf,
okay.
Like a young professionals program. A young professionals program like the Boakai Jalaba that were beneficiaries of that program. The first thing, another thing in just that we don't have the time. Madam Sirleaf on our region, the press enjoy a lot of support and good relationship with the Madam Sirleaf government. During Madam Sirleaf time, the government did a lot of business with the media, advertisements in the form of advertisement. There was even shortcomings, but she did extremely well. Well, we're talking
about leadership now.
Yeah. I'm talking about the weakness in leadership. I just talk about her strength.
Yeah.
I'm talking about her strength.
Yeah, her weakness.
Now, the weakness I saw in her was the issue of holding people accountable during her regime. There are a lot of things happened. In fact, there were concerns about the issue
who's that?
The issue about the concerns.
Yusuf, you have to be careful now. You on live.
The issue about the issue of nepotism raised, even though at some point I disagree with somebody because her children were Liberians and qualified and competent. So I disagree with many people who brought that out. But her weakness I saw was people who were accused of corruption during a regime.
She couldn't hold them accountable.
She couldn't hold them.
Now let's talk about.
She wouldn't hold them.
Let's talk about President Boakai.
Now,
the current Unity Party.
The current Unity
this
Party.
This leadership style.
And during the President Sirleaf side, the last thing I'd like to say was the same civility we enjoyed, the atmosphere, that atmosphere of civility we join under the Boakai government. The Boakai government is here. The civility, the rule of law, yet there's some hitches in some places, the rule of law. And another thing again is that the Bouakai government has placed more emphasis on the fight against corruption. Whether you're Unity Party or not, or whether you're the official, if you're
unlike doing former President
unlike President Sirleaf time, President Bouakai's time, if you get a power, if he appoints you, whether that 1 week you stay in power and you start showing signs of dishonesty, you're going to say that. The only problem I have with President Bouakai, that he still hasn't understand that I've always disagreed with. You can suspend somebody and then replace them with a person, and the person is serving permanently. Then the person who's suspended is forgotten about. And
his weakness.
And one of the weaknesses is appointing people to positions that are tenure positions. It's one of the weaknesses, but all in infrastructurally, President Bouakai beats Madam Sirleaf.
Okay, let's go there.
Rules. And
we'll talk
everything.
about that.
Yeah.
We got a couple of areas that we'll talk about. We just want to talk about leadership yet.
Yeah.
Former President Sirleaf, the leadership he showed, and that of current President Bouakai. Under the Unity Party. Let's hear from you, Reverend Dr. Christo. How do you do a comparison analysis of the Unity Party then under former President Sirleaf and the Unity Party now? Let's look at leadership.
Okay, you said we should be honest.
You should stay there.
And counting, we are counting years and we are counting tenure. The Unity Party for 12 years, under Madam Sirleaf, I think they provided a space where there was steady growth in the economy, and we must be able to commend them, taking a budget from the around almost lower than 200 million, and progressionally, and that budget grows. And they were able to manage the peace, making sure you have the internationals here, and a lot of people flow in. There were job opportunities provided for a lot of people. Besides that, with the conversation of engagement, I saw from President Sirleaf, she was more engaging with the religious community, the civil society.
Internet. You're listening to the Nighttime Heat, radio on Pram FM 105.5. We are streaming live on our Facebook and our YouTube channel. Just tap Nighttime Heat. You're going to watch the show live online. And comment, share the live video so that your friends, your relatives, and loved ones, your partners can also follow what's happening tonight on the program. We are also streaming live on Pram FM Monrovia 105.5. Reverend, are you on now? Okay, it seems that let's go to Yusuf. Yusuf, let's hear from you.
I think that when it comes to leadership between Madam Sirleaf and Joseph Juma Bouakai, I think Ellen was more robust when it comes to international engagement. She was more connected. And secondly, there were a lot of private sector engagement. And Madam Sirleaf was more robust, and Joe Bouakai is kind and very slow in acting. And there are too many actors within the Joe Bouakai administration that is pushing the country. The Madam Sirleaf was in charge. She had the authority. When she speaks, you know that the president speaking in the country, and she was in her ability to move to critics and get critics on her side. Like for example, our Mayor Isaac Jackson and other people who were very critical on her. At the end of the day, she gave them an opportunity which we are not seeing with the Joseph Juma Bouakai administration. So basically, I think this is what I can just draw down between the two of them.
Okay, Josh, let's hear from you.
Well, first of all, we have to look at the genesis. Anybody had become president of Liberia 2006. You won election 2005 and became president 2006, and you don't take the turn that Madam Sirleaf took in that first term. Definitely, your regime will have collapsed. Yes, I have Mr. Taylor on collapse. It was very strategic for her to have even accepted people who she didn't even want to see in the first place. one of the guys of reconciliation. That was very critical to maintaining her relationship. Imagine in Nima County, Prince Johnson was, the late Senator Johnson was with Unity Party. They went for Unity Party convention and she said she didn't want him on the party ticket. He was thrown out. That's how he went. He funded his party.
The MDR.
Yeah, it was not the MDR, but another name that came first. Okay. And before that. But her strength was her international connection. That was her real strength, Madam Salif. She came, she was a darling of the West. She worked with the IMF, worked with the World Bank, worked with the United Nations. She went as far as head of the UNDP, so she could get any leverage to come here, to Liberia because of her. All the world leaders came here because of her. And this one. They didn't come because they love Liberia. They came here because of Madam Salif.
Her weakness?
Her weakness was strongly, I feel that when it comes to infrastructure, when it comes to really setting Liberia, we're not supposed to be talking about electricity. We shouldn't be talking about water. We shouldn't be talking.
She should have done better then.
She should have done better. She didn't. You can see from here the bombing where she's from. Everywhere bad. She didn't. Had the World Bank not come to repair the quotas from here to those places, like where the original quotas start in Santa Maria, all that thing would have still been in the same situation. But one advantage that she had was she was a little bit robust when it comes to doing what she wants to do.
To taking decision.
Taking decision. She was a little bit robust.
So let's talk about President Bouakai.
President Bouakai is more diplomatic.
The Unity Party of President Bouakai.
Well, this administration, this president is more diplomatic. He's slow to act. He lied when he.
Is that why you call diplomacy?
Yeah. Okay. More diplomats, they don't rush to take decisions. But when they take those decisions, they take it and they turn their backs to it. Okay. And that's why Liberians see some people can say, oh, the man, he put the person one side, he's doing it to the person. He's slow to act, but he acts. And he doesn't like his decision to be influenced by anybody. He makes his decision, let him take responsibility. Sometimes that's why some of those things take long. When it comes to infrastructure, he's moving faster at a faster pace as practically I could just try to compare with
then the Unity Party on the former president said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Moses, let's hear from you.
This is a real difficult task. Looking at these very important leaders in our country is placed second. But what I can say, let's begin like this. The both President Bouakai and former President Salif, they came to the presidency with leadership experience. So let's give it to the both of them on that. Mm-hmm. They know exactly what their job duties and responsibilities are. The term of reference. They have a better grip. Salif knew what she was doing. And then Mr. Bouakai also knows what he's doing as compared to former President Weah. Let's look at government formation. I gave that to Mr. Salif. When Mr. Salif took over Liberia, she recruited Liberia's best. She did not dedicate that responsibility to lawmakers, to outsiders, to people in her inner cycle. No. She was in charge. That's why she recruited Liberia's best. When President Bouakai took over, unfortunately, he dedicated that responsibility to lawmakers. You live in Liberia, you know it better than I do. Senator DeLong, Yombly, and the others, they were making appointments. They were making nominations. How can you be a senator, you nominate to the president, and the same nominee come back to you for confirmation? That's a serious conflict of interest right there. But that was brazen. People were appointed to positions, lawmakers that did not agree to those appointments. Those appointments were overturned. That's a significant failure of Bouakai. When it came to government formation, it took him almost 3 months. It took him almost 3 months to put in place a leadership for the government, commission of the government. So Mr. Salif beating on that. Infrastructure-wise, road construction, I give it to President Walker. He's doing extremely well on that. Mr. Salif, we agreed that she tried. She put a lot of resources to the country, but the pace at which Mr. Walker is moving in giving Liberia a first lift, she didn't do that. So Mr. Walker stands out positively for infrastructure development in the country. Let's applaud him for that. All right.
Okay.
The fight against corruption. Okay.
No, we'll talk about that. We just thought, we don't have much time. We thought I would have spoken about a couple of areas under former President Salif, the provision of basic social services, electricity, and then under President Walker, the issue of accessibility of government officials under President Salif and under President Walker, which of the officials were accessible, the issue of human relations under former President Salif, and the Unity Party under former President Salif, and the Unity Party under President Walker, which of the officials were, had good human relations, the issue of government communications. But we're going to do that on the whole show. But God's grace on Monday.
This has to be a whole show. Yeah, this has to be a whole show.
On Monday. Sure. Because, I really want us to look at the Unity Party under former President Salif and the Unity Party under President Walker. But it seems there are a few individuals who want to call in. Let's take the first caller quickly. And then, because we have to end the show, we can end at 10 o'clock. We'll end up be 5 or 10 minutes after 10. Let's hear from you. Yes, sir.
Pascal Davis.
Let's hear from you, Pascal, quickly.
It's sad for our country and sad for many Liberians. Mostly, President Walker is not even good in governance. Just to appoint people in position, he's not able. You were right here, Sobo, when more than 4 persons were appointed in one position. One person going for a confirmation, the other man coming for confirmation. Moses, in Liberia. I heard Moses screaming and said President Walker is fighting corruption. Moses, President Walker was just at ELBC. He told the warrant that $10 million US project was being done in 4 years. Even though being the president, he was not aware. Moses, in Liberia, right here, on your ass. 500,000, $500,000 was taken to NASCO to purchase vehicles.
Yes, so correct the mayor. I didn't say that.
Moses,
correct.
Yes.
No, Moses, let's protect our caller. Yes, go ahead quickly. Go ahead quickly.
Sobo, right here in our country, Moses is aware that President Walker has broken all the laws of the country. I don't know where Moses has ever been. Where people go to court and you get your complaint, and they go say, the way we're supposed to carry that complaint, we not carry it out with.
Okay.
Have you seen it before?
Okay, you made your point.
Seamless.
Okay, you made your point. You made your point. Yeah, let's take additional callers. 0776-540-987. It means 0 again. I come in. Again, 0776-540-987. We'll do a whole show on Monday on this. 0776-540-987. Moses will come in later on. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
Gentlemen, let's take this caller quickly. Hello.
Thank you, Saba. So let me say good evening to you and good evening to your fellow panelists. This is William Kobe, and I joined this conversation specifically as member of the Unity Party Intellectual Bureau. So let's appreciate Moses among all of the panelists. I think the hammer on the head, right? Look, when I hear people say just the government for President Walker is getting harder, it was because President Walker have won an election based on collaboration. It is not a one party that won the election. So taking all that to satisfy collaborators who collaborated with the regime or with the Unity Party to win the election, you have to give them a slot. So based upon that, it will give anybody hard time to set up that government. It is not like the CDC who use people politically and dump them and later turn back on them. The Unity Party don't want to be that way. So when it comes to political corruption, look, trouble. And all of the panelists, you know the record President Walker has set in political corruption to suspend over 400 employees for not being in accordance with asset declaration. This is the first time ever in our country history, even after Cold War era. There's Walker who set our history to tell people when you come into government, you should know the difference between your private money and that of the public money, and let the public know about it also. And this is the regime and the president who say, I'm not going to give any form of official, preferential treatment. Like yesterday, we saw former finance minister walking out of an investigation because he said he was not treated extra. That cannot be done under this regime. You must be treated as compared to other people.
Okay, you made your point. 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 Let's take another call on the line. Good evening.
Yeah, Sabo, how you doing?
Yes, sir.
It's a Lafana Sion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my brother. These two Unity Party, you can't. They are not comparison. Let me tell you something. You know why George Weah became president of our country? It was because Ellen and Fallow or Ellen and her children, they stole plenty from our country because what they received from outside was more than any other president that being in Liberia here. But to turn the country over to George Weah, this is why, because George Weah followed her, this is why Liberian putting George Weah for the second time. Because they stole from us plenty. And she was afraid of Joe Buckeye, because if Joe Buckeye come in power, they were going to be audited. This is why she did it. But let me tell you something. I heard somebody saying here, this man has broke down all the laws. Those are the people who were sitting down to their houses and they were sending them mobile money on their phone. This government is 100 times better than any of the government being receiving from 1847. You never heard about auditing. Anybody come on and tell me from 1847 to today's date, whether any government that audited from those that they took power from. This is the only government. Because of that reason, we will vote these people. This particular government will go more than 2 times.
Okay.
This particular party here.
Okay.
God, Lord, they were taking free money. Pastor, they let you for the criminals that were robbing our country.
Okay, we can go around. We can go around. 0776-540-987. We'll end the show at 10 minutes after 10 o'clock. 0776-540-987. That's the number to call, and you are live on the program. We spoke about a couple of things today. Let me take this call quickly. Good evening.
Someone, good evening to you.
Yes, sir.
My name is Mohammed M. Kanajian. I am a full member of the UP United Bureau at 2016.
Let's hear from you.
Someone, let me applaud you. I appreciate you guys this evening on the Pram Even show. Now, I think for me, if I want to do the comparison between President Walker and former President Weah government with regard to the issue of corruption aspect, for me, I'm going to former President Weah government.
No. Don't get it wrong. I'm coming. 1 minute. We are not. CDC is not factor in this thing we're talking about. We are comparing. We are comparing the Unity Party of under former President Salif and the Unity Party now under President Boyka.
Now, for me, I'm going to say that because they are two diversity there. Okay. Now, because if you're doing the comparison math in there, now let's look at the background of that there. Former President Seri and then current President Walker. Even though President Walker at that time he was a VP to former President Seri, and then personally you have the brother who is the head of the state. But then even the present speaker now is on a position number 2. Okay, you have other people on the other there. If it's talking about the cultural aspect, I think President Boga is a far
we haven't reached to the point of corruption. We are talking about leadership. Under former leadership, who really led, whether President Salif led the country well than what President Boka is doing, or whether President Boka is leading the country well than what President Salif did.
For me, I think President Boka is doing well, even than former President Salif.
Okay, you made a point. 0776 540-987. It's one more time. Got about 4 minutes to go. 0776 540-987. That's the one more call, and then we'll do our closing quickly. 0776 540-987. That's the good number. Caller. Hello.
Hello, Chief.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's Samuel calling from Evan Famuma. Yeah, the UP government is CM7. Yeah, government can do all of say Waga government. That one of the government and not respect the law in the country. Yeah, they're breaking all the rules of the law in the country. Now, we're talking about all the men doing well, nothing said we can see that they make. Even people who were working, and let's say, seriously, government and part of the whole talking about people that were working before everybody down because they were in different government. That's someone that doing well for the nation. They are not like the people that are different in power. Well, some of them and Sonny breaking people, president that government are doing well.
Okay, all right. You made your point. We made a point. I'm sure this discussion will elicit more reaction. Let's take this. We'll have to go. Let's take this final call quickly. Your name, please.
Yeah, good evening, Sabo George.
Yeah, more calls are still coming. And we can. Yes, go ahead.
This is Stephen Noah, and I call you from Keseli Boulevard.
Okay.
Thank you for the topic on the discussion, and thank you to your panelists for their well-researched expose this evening. And if I heard you well, the topic is the comparison between Madam Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf government and that of His Excellency Joseph Numa Boakai. And in the first place, like somebody said, Ellen worked in the international community and she had all of the connections, and as compared to Joseph Boakai, who is a native born and who schooled here and didn't have the opportunity to have worked in the outside world. And looking at the support that was coming in during Madam Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf's time, especially we have just come from a civil conflict, the millions that were pumping in the country, and the development we saw as compared to what we are seeing currently under His Excellency Joseph Numa Boakai, you said America has drawn her support, most of her support, to Liberia. And we are seeing the fast pace of development that is going to go in. I think you cannot compare the first time of Madam Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf as compared to Joseph Numa Boakai. His Excellency Joseph Numa Boakai is exceedingly performing well, and if there exists an opportunity where he wants to contest for the second time, I think he will win landslide.
Okay.
Thank you for
all right. All right. Thank you. That's the last one we're taking. We're not going to take calls again. Yes, surely. Let's hear you. Your name?
Yeah, I'm Emmanuel Colley. How are you?
I'm okay. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, I appreciate this talk show, the program. But here's my problem. I'm comparing 12 years of Madam Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf with 2 years, 4 months.
We're talking about our leadership style. It's not basically the years. Former President Sirleaf had our leadership style. That was the same unity party. Now we are looking at the leadership style of current President Bawka under the same unity party. Just give us your take on that.
All right. I think President Bawka do his best. He do his best until we observe him for the rest of the years that he's supposed to be there. But for now, he do his best.
So he's leading the country right, well, right?
Exactly.
So President Sirleaf, former President Sirleaf, didn't lead the country well when she was there?
She did her best as well.
Okay. Thank you. Well, we'll be looking at a couple of areas, like I said, trying to look at a unity party, because some of the people, in fact, that are currently in this government were in the previous government. And we're going to look at that performance then and that performance now. That's Monday. That's a whole show that we're going to do. We're going to present on Monday. Dave, let's hear your party comment quickly.
Thank you, Sabbath. I'm exhausted now. So good night, everybody.
Let's hear your party comment, George.
Thank you. I appreciate the two leaders, but I give it to President Bawka because, look, he's diplomatic. He knows what he's doing. Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Moses, let's hear you.
I would like to begin by making a clarification. When I spoke, I didn't say anything about corruption. People kept making reference to Moses. So let me be clear about that. I did not rate the Bawka administration and the Sirleaf administration in terms of corruption. When we come, we'll talk about that. Besides that, I think it was indeed a great show. Pleasure. I look forward to come back Monday by God's grace. Thanks to all of you.
Okay, Yusuf.
Yeah, I think, like you said, Super George, I think it will be good on Monday. We bring this segment of the show back. I think it's getting very, very interesting. And lastly, to some of the callers, we want to say it is very, very good to disagree, but it is important when you're coming on to make your own point, you may savor on the conversation without using no primitive language on the show. And I want to say thank you to all of the callers, including our team, for bringing us on tonight and all of the panelists. Good night.
Okay, so let's try to reference some of our viewers now. All of them: Vinicius Jiramba, he's been watching. Ophelia S. George been watching from home. She said. Henry T. Toe, he also been watching from Caldwell. Sneaky Trawari, good evening. He's been watching. Emmanuel Bro been watching from the USA. Roti Zoa been watching from Pinzo. Bassatam, Passaway, Lemmy Charles, been watching. Also, Abraham V. been watching. Eugene been watching from Toa community. BJ Clark been watching also. Silas and Warrior been watching. OP Oni Johnson been watching from been watching. Okay, John Morris been watching, and the rest of you, we can reference all of you can call your name. But I want to thank you for following the show, for viewing the show. Join us on Monday. We're going to bring you another fascinating edition of the Nighttime Heat. Until then, thanks to all of the panelists. Sabbath George is my name. Have a restful.